learning. Online distance learning has grown into a very significant approach or plan for students to maintain learning even though they can't be as normal as before as a consequence of the COVID-19 invasion on our country. Online teaching and learning are a technique of education and effective learning that is carried out by using computers and technologies over the internet. To reduce face-to-face contacts, ODL is used to separate the teacher and student in time or place. That is why, even if it is done online, a lot of technology communication has been provided to students nowadays in order to secure their involvement in lectures. The use of technology in ODL opens up a wide range possibilities such as improving the quality of learner interaction and learner-lecturer interaction. The term online distance learning is also as one as the same use with the terms like e-learning, blended learning, online learning, and visual learning, with the main idea being that learning activities are conducted in an informal manner with the use of any internet tools and little or no physical social interaction with the lecturer. The majority of students enjoy the learning activities conducted by lecturer by using iLearn, an online learning platform initiated by universities or even schools, which is Google Classroom, Skype, Facebook Live, because they can study from anywhere. ODL operates in a completely different mode in which students begin their learning activities from home with no physical social engagement with the lecturer or groupmate to complete course assessment, and even all the exams, tests or quiz had been done online. In short, COVID-19 has also given us all the opportunity to try new things and develop abilities that we had put aside for a million reasons. As an outcome, I do feel that using the ODL approach during the COVID-19 pandemic has both positive and negative consequences for us. It was only how we handled it that defined whether the ending was good or not.
Next, we will go to the advantage of online distance learning. Distance learning provides numerous opportunities and benefit to educational institutions, instructors, and students. Distance learning has provided tremendous opportunity to improve educational performance as the educational environment has undergone changes. Distance learning has established itself as a tried and true technique for fulfilling demand and supporting a wide range of learning population access and equity, access and finance issues have all been overcome through innovative learning delivery. Next, online distance learning can give many advantages. In order to shed light on the potential of distance learning, Rahman described how it may be a useful tool for reducing literacy in the country, lowering educational costs, reducing educational disparity, and providing degree and non-degree programs. A comparison of distance learning and face-to-face learning revealed that distance learning can increase student enrollment when compared to traditional learning. In online distance learning, it is suited a variety of learning styles. Every student has a unique educational experience and learning style. Some pupils like to learn through visuals, while others prefer to learn through sounds. Similarly, some students excel in a classroom setting, while others prefer to work alone and are easily distracted by large groups. With its variety of options and resources, the online learning system can be customized in a variety of ways. You can work and study at the same time. One of the benefits of online distance learning could be this: it is appropriate for students who are experiencing financial difficulties. A large percentage of students who choose distance education do so because they do not want to give up their careers while also pursuing a higher education. Self-motivation can also be expressed through online distance learning. You are demonstrating that you can manage your time and be self-motivated by getting your master's degree online, which are two of the top 10 employability skills businesses look for in new workers. You demonstrate your ability to handle many projects, organize, prioritize, and adjust to changing work conditions by completing an online degree. Last but not least, online distance learning helps you save money. When compared to brick and mortar college, the cost of online-based education programs is often lower. Taking an online school or program also saves money by eliminating the expenditures of commuting, renting and accommodation, and purchasing meal plans. As a result, both students and parents will find distance learning to be a financially reasonable alternative.
Desertion and forgotten due dates are significant issues with e-learning. There are no lecturers to provide additional help and no students to provide daily reminders. Distant learners must stay motivated and focus on finishing their courses. Distant education is not an option due to student forgetfulness and inability to meet deadlines. Regardless of the lower cost of online education, there may be hidden fees. Other charges are entirely undetectable. Students who attend online distance learning courses may need to purchase a computer and an internet connection. Students may need to buy a printer or a camera to finish the courses. The next issue is the quality of online learning. Online learning has grown in popularity, yet other challenge is validity. Universities are aware of e-learning courses due to their quality and legitimate concerns. However, the lack of lecturers make online education unsuitable. Moreover, each course is designed differently depending on the teaching. Due to time limitation, lecturers cannot detail specific topic which causes problem. To recognize your progress, online learning is more self-directed. As a result, students must depend entirely on internet materials to truly understand the course. Students who struggle to understand an idea will need the lecturer's full attention. Even if with self-directed learning, not everyone can understand difficult concepts. The inability to stay connected is the next challenge because many people lack reliable energy or internet. They may not always visit a friend's house, cafe or library. This is vital for distance learning. There's the possibility of a computer or electricity failure, putting them in the dark and unable to make up for the lost time. Finally, students will miss college. Online learning can replace the fun and extracurricular activities on a regular campus. It is a tiny amount to pay for the convenience and flexibility of learning at their own pace for students.
The difference between online distance learning and regular learning. Distance education is clearly different from regular education in terms of students or teachers physically present. For the most part, it translates increased freedom for both learners and educators, but it also requires higher degrees of discipline and training to successfully complete the course of study. The enhanced freedom of remote learning is most clearly seen in the fact that students can choose courses that fit their schedules and resources. And in the case of digital learning, students can also choose the location and the teaching styles that best suit their needs. The flip side of freedom, however, is the discipline required to make the most of the lessons. Students need to self-motivate in order to actually get the work done, especially in systems that don't require them to be present in some specific time or place. Teachers also need to be better organized with contingencies should their students need additional explanations, again, especially if they are not teaching live and able to read the room. In certain cases, however, distance learning is not just required but the best possible option. There are times when the advantages of remote education really have a chance to shine.
Hi, my name is Muhammad ZULHAIKAL, and we continue with the challenge of online distance learning, ODL. First, we have the lack of internet connection. For certain students that live outside the city, means in a rural area, they will suffer a little bit of internet connection because the coverage for the certain telco does not 100% for that place. So the student will struggle when having ODL in class, when having online class. For the second point of challenge of ODL, we have financial constraint. When we have online class, we need a good internet connection to catch up our class. So that means we must pay a little bit to get an good internet coverage. So for a student that having a problem with their finance, they will get disturbed by this because they sometimes need money for their daily uses. Lastly, for the challenge of ODL, we have overflow of assignment. When we have an ODL at our home, we believe that there are certain students that will delay their assignment. And for a certain subject, they doesn't have final exam and final test. So that means the assignment will increase for that subject. So when the student delay their work, the assignment will overflow. and when it close with a due date, the student will get stressed and panic because they does not have much time to make it time. Thank you.
Okay, now we proceed. I'm gonna explain about the impact of online distance learning, which is ODL, that has been effect to students. Despite ODL's growing popularity and benefits, students who participate in the program have been proven to confront numerous hurdles on an individual, institutional, and instructional level. ODL students face three types of problems according to Cross: situational, institutional, and dispositional. Situational challenge according to Cross include employment and home duties that limit their study time. Poor logistic system or a lack of proper advising are examples of institutional problem. Learners' attitude and feeling are tied to dispositional problems. As we can see, nowadays students are more emotionally troubled, which leads to a depression or being not motivated to focus on their studies. This occurs as a result of a variety of issues such as pandemics, floods, and challenge in comprehending the things they covered. As a result of online learning, there are a variety of mental effects that can be observed. Having trouble getting a lecturer to explain a subject that you don't understand. Okay, now we're gonna talk about most important impact for students, which is network issues that contribute to the difficulties of pursuing online distance learning as a student. As you all know, every lecturer nowadays uses a variety of platforms to conduct learning sessions such as Zoom, Google Meet, or Google Classroom. Students in rural areas have been discovered to have networking issues, preventing them from accessing the learning platform. This will have a minor impact on their learning session and is likely to result in poor learning outcomes.
Impact of online distance learning ODL to teacher or lecturer. Online learning via the ODL paradigm become a must for educators. All teachers must completely integrate online learning in order to replace face-to-face learning difficulties that instructors have when adopting online learning. Their ICT skills still need to be developed. Instructors are still less experienced in implementing online learning. The second difficulty that instructors encounter: lack of internet connectivity. Students, particularly in village and rural locations, suffer the difficulty of poor internet network.
As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, online distance learning appears to be having a significant impact on today's world. One of the solutions under consideration by the government as part of its recommendation during the Movement Control Order (MCO), the ODL is able to create the social distance. Both students and lecturers benefit are remaining in their homes. There is no need to be concerned about the possibility of transmitting the disease or being exposed to the infected crops. Besides, the pandemic has forced many of us to turn to online resources like online distance learning, work from home, and other services to get by on a daily basis. Next, the ODL have both good and negative possibilities might happen. It is critical that this issue continues to be a top priority for all of its users in the long term.